know, it's so weird right now. I've never had a day feel so perfect in a long time. And I think that's what I believe to be some natural cloud up in the sky. It just feels so warm. It feels so fresh out here. It's almost mind-boggling with you, to be honest. It's usually like just really hot and like the sky is just plain. Like there's no cloud in the sky. It was like that yesterday. But now I think there's actually some natural looking clouds up in the sky, which I rarely see anymore. I rarely see that anymore. The wind's blowing, it's going off and on. But I wanted to come in this recording today and say that I just wanted to bring a new perspective on how, on how I see Middle Earth and what I perceive it to be like as as myself. There's definitely some new things that I want to talk about. There's some new things I want to talk about Middle Earth that that Tolkien didn't really explain in his stories and stuff. And from what I hear, he's written a lot of books, and there's still a whole lot I don't know about Middle Earth. That's how much information is out there. And every time I go on the internet and I try and research, what I want to know about, what Tolkien wrote and stuff, and how he perceived Middle Earth, as himself. Like, every time I go on the internet, like, I'm always learning something new about it. It's just like, wow, I can't really, I've soaked in some of the information, but it's just like all of the stories he has written about it. It's like, it's just so much. It's like there's too much information. But the way I perceive it, though, like I want to bring it, I want to bring a whole new perspective on maybe what my role would be in Middle Earth, like just as something or somebody within the lore and everything. Like, so yeah. And I know that my intuition, my hunch is telling me, well, okay, if I'm going to be a part of the lore, then I have to bring something different to the table with it. And I think this is what kind of this recording is. Like, I'm just bringing a different perspective on, how I perceive Middle Earth, and, how I would go, what my character, or, what my character would go through in the lore if I put myself in the lore and everything. So I know by me wanting to expand his work more, I know that my person would be more involved with more of the desert regions of Middle Earth, like Harad and Harad and all these places, with the Mumakan rim, the more dark-skinned people, because I have darker skin, so it's only natural that I would be more involved with, if I'm going to put myself in the lore of Middle Earth, I would be more involved with, say the people of Harad and what they went through as far as a civilization. And this might be in one of his hidden stories, but I don't think Tolkien goes over, I don't think he goes over the Harad part. I don't think he really went over the Harad part. He just went, he went more through stories about, like, the elves and about, like, the men of the West and stuff. Like, he told more of that side of the story than, say, other races that would possibly be in Middle Earth. There's a lot of parts that have been left out, actually, and that's what I feel my mission is as a starseed. I feel like my mission is to continue his work, but from my own perspective, from my own side of the story. So, I mean, it's a work in progress, but usually it's just, usually I just keep these things to myself, mainly because, I don't know, like, I just feel like I'm more interested in, growing spiritually with that, growing more spiritually with the stories, the progression of stories that were never told in Middle Earth. There's a lot of things that have been left out, for sure. It's just that when Tolkien was writing about his world and everything, about Arda and everything, like, he typically went the route of, portraying, more of the elves and the men race, and in those regions. So I'm here to continue on the more of the region of Harad and what those people went through, because I don't think in his stories that that was never told or anything. Like, he never really wrote about that. So I feel like as a starseed person, I'm here to, like, continue that forth spiritually. Whether people see me portraying it or not, I still have to follow that. I still feel like I'm obligated as a starseed to, continue on those storylines that were never told within Middle Earth. So, yeah, so with that being said, I'll end it now. And I'll put it on my channel. So yeah, the weather is actually feeling really good today. There's a little bit of breeze going through. That's always nice to feel, and the sun's out. Like, today is a perfect day, in my opinion, where you could just come out here and not feel too hot. There's actually a breeze coming through, and it looks like there's some real cloudage in the sky. There's no haze, no trailing. It's just pure puff cloud up there. That's how it's supposed to be. Okay, I'm gonna end this recording now. Bye.